No longer are we last in the NFC East. Last episode solidifying at least a game advantage over the New York Giants. In this episode, going to take on a very similar foe with a very similar record, the same record actually, to the New York Giants, another New York team. This time, the Jets. Now let's get the game underway. Thursday night primetime action in essentially a battle for placement of top 10 draft picks. Neither one of these teams doing really well. Neither one of these teams will be finishing above 500. But we have seen this team start to perform a lot better of late, especially with the switch of the college-style offensive playbook. We've seen the offense start to grow a little bit as Zach going to look to scramble here. Nice tackle in open field there by Monty Rice. And we've seen Rice play solidly as, well, we brought him in, I want to say, about midway through the season. Nice stop there on Breece Hall. Cashman will get the tackle. And that pairing at linebacker has worked really well for us. Cashman and Rice have been solid. Still room to improve, and we talked about linebackers at the end of last episode as Hall is still going. Be a really solid run there on third down. And with the pairing of Monty Rice and Blake Cashman, you have, an older guy. I want to say Cashman is about 28, maybe 27. And then Monty Rice, young guy that we could try to develop. But bringing in a third option I don't think would be bad. Don't think we need to try to go there early in the draft. We have a lot of other positions I think of higher need as that pass is behind the intended receiver. First one on the day for Zach Wilson. And on 3rd and 2, can we get the final stop? As they are in plus territory, Shakatoni will get in, dipping under Hall. Really bad pass pro as Shakatoni gets the first sack of the day and should force, I would think, a punt. And that's indeed what they do. You never know with Madden. Sometimes they'll go out for like a 65-yard field goal, and it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But this time, they do the smart thing, and speaking of smart things, Huntley handing that one off? Probably not it. But we might see a little bit less of Borghi in this game as his player icon started off in the yellow. So need to be cautious. Don't want any injuries late. Flip this one out to Fox, who... Okay, Carl Lawson, he's making some big plays already today. And on 3rd and 10, we're already in a tough spot. Defense started off really well. Offense, we'll see. If we could get anything going here, we're going to have to step up. Dump this one off to Borghi, who can't grab it. It'll be a punt. Well, after a pretty solid start from the defense, offense not able to back it up, but Potaway back again. Tackle at the line of scrimmage. Maybe about a half a yard loss. He's been another one of those who have stepped up in the later part of the season, got his first start just a few weeks ago, and I'm pretty sure he's had a sack in every single game he's started. Would love to see that continue, but we did take a look at the DT class as well in recent weeks, and it is deep. We have a lot of options, as Breece Hall has a lot of options to run here with a wide open gap. We'll get him a first down to the 32. Now that is one thing we are missing on the inside is a combination DT, a guy who can do it all, run stop as well as pass, well, rush. Don't know, I was trying to get fancy with it, but yeah, we just don't have a guy who really does all of them, as Breece Hall has just been the guy for him, and I'm pretty sure that's a face mask. So that'll give him a first down to the 13, with a pass underneath going to Conklin will get him down to the 5. Now, I do have to say, I feel lied to. Scouting report said that they pass 58% of the time, but it's been mostly run with an amazing cutback there, Alexander Madison. Jets score first. Now time to answer back. We hand the ball off. Turbin down the middle. Already a much better start, gaining yards on first down. Try to work in a little bit of some RPO with the possible stretch or bubble screen. As, yeah, we'll swing that one outside, and an awful pass from Huntley, well underthrown. And now the Jets will take right back over at the 21. That's just one of the problems with the RPOs in this game. The throws, they really rarely go where they should go. As looks like Zach Wilson trying to scramble here will get a gain of 5. But still, primarily rushing today. As they go with their third running back here who tries to go to the middle, but not a lot of space there. Will maybe get back to the line. And on 3rd and 5, let's bring the blitz. Double A gap. Shakatoni off the side. Will whiff as Zach Wilson has all the space down to the 1. Will also take us into the second quarter. Shakatoni was there, just took a really bad angle. Now they'll come out spread here, but we imagined it was going to be a run because that's what they've done primarily today. Cashman makes the play. But can we do it 2 more times? 2nd and goal as they come out with the goal line formation. Let's squeeze down the line. Will be a play action pass. Flood everyone to one side. Zach Wilson going to scramble. Johnson can't make the tackle, but Cashman will. Now on 3rd and goal, we need one more stop. They spread wide again. Shakatoni is not going to miss this time. 2nd sack of the day will force at least the field goal. Could have been a lot worse. Now after a really bad start, we've seen this before, and it just snowballs. So let's try to take things slow here. Work our way, well, forward with our offense as Fox takes the jet sweep and will go forward for a first. With our second play, we're going to go back to the RPO, and we will run some read option actually out of it. I always forget that this one is a read option RPO, and I really like it, especially when we have a guy like Huntley. Now, there was a quarterback in this draft class that we are very interested in. We'll see how well he fits, and hopefully he has a good 40. We'll find that out when we get to the offseason, which is not too far away. And I will announce the rules for the offseason at the beginning of that episode. If you're new to this series, it started with us getting essentially canceled, and we haven't been able to bring in anyone we've wanted. But each year, the rules are lightened. So, the new rules will be announced at the beginning of the off-season video, so make sure you guys are sticking around for that, as Turbin is sticking around with our offense to give us a first down. Now, unfortunately, we really haven't gotten Simi Fehoko going. I feel like Fox, Bo Melton, and Justin Ross have definitely been the primary guys, but we have some skills as Simi Fehoko open in the end zone is overthrown. Can't expect to get a guy going if we can't throw an accurate pass. 2nd and 10, we'll start with a run here, or go with a run, not really start with one. A good one, though, from Turbin, 6 yards, setting up a more manageable 3rd down. Just need about 4.5 yards for the first, as we're going to motion over the receiver. That's Fox. Didn't quite get the block from Simi Fehoko, but gets the first down, and that's what matters most. With under 3 minutes left here in the first half, Bo Melton checks in. He's going to take the jet sweep here. He's had a touchdown in each of the last 3 games. Is not getting one on this play. But we'll stay spread. See if maybe we could get Ross to that back corner. Same for Melton on the other side. Who's going to have the advantage? Not really anyone. As a flag comes in, we'll toss this one away. Holding will back us up. 2nd and 21 at the 30. Just 18 seconds prior to the 2-minute warning, as Alton Robinson, Alton Robinson, that's the other series we have going. Alton Campbell, he makes the play, giving us the first down. Alton Robinson, though, doesn't make sense for me to say because he's on the New York Jets in the Northeast State Only Challenge, so make sure you guys check out that series. As we have 3rd and 1. And I'm feeling a possible, we don't have it. Okay, we'll stick with the play. I was going to go with a quarterback draw, but that wasn't an option, but we can roll out instead. Maybe have the corner here. Huntley, not quite going to get there, but does give us the first down, just inches away. And we all know who's been clutch for us down at these goal line runs. Turbin checks in, the O-line does the work, and we're on the board finally. Took almost 2 quarters, but Turbin and the O-line get the job done at the end. Now, with essentially a minute and a half remaining before half, what do the Jets have? They have all 3 timeouts, we know that. But can they get the ball downfield quickly? They've really only had one good offensive drive, and we gifted them another. But a nice pass, nice catch there will set him up at the 42. We have had success bringing Tony off the edge in this game as we send the blitz here. Go with a quick pass. Conklin maybe gains half a yard. And I have been impressed with our free safety in Johnson. He's played really well the latter part of the season as I go with another swing, draw, drag, not really draw. And they'll barely squeak out another first down from it, but only one timeout remaining. They have 50 seconds left on the board. We got another blitz here and not hitting home. Trying to work some more man coverage into the rotation for us. Our guys are primarily zone. So at times it works for us, at times it doesn't, as Zach Wilson not going to get away from Everson Griffin. And in fact, it'll send us into the halftime show. They had a timeout remaining, really poor clock management, but I guess it works for us. We'll head into half, we'll get the ball after half, only down 3. Now on the big board, we're definitely giving up too many rushing yards, but our offense has been fairly balanced, so some good and some okay. As we look at the board here, no updates because we're playing on Thursday. So we'll just quickly jump right back into the game then. Have an offensive drive here where we could either take the lead or at least tie things up. At least those are the two preferred ways of ending the drive. And I do have to say, it's felt weird. We haven't really gotten Borgie involved much in this game. Again, trying to manage his stamina levels. But let's try to not fumble, and luckily they do count that as a throw. I was hoping to launch that one deep to Alton Campbell, but maybe it was better the ball just ended up hitting the turf. Go with another jet sweep here, try to get the lead block, which we kind of do. Fox will break a tackle and get about a gain of 5 out of it, but hits the deck holding at that left knee, and it looked like it was twisted. Hopefully, that's just a Madden graphical error and not an actual sign of an injury, because if it was, that did not look good. Needing the first down here, who's going to get open? Really not anyone, as Borgie did break open, but nowhere near was that ball thrown. We'll have to punt. Now we do have a pretty quick answer from the medical staff there on Fox. They say it is a strained knee. We will go ahead and keep him out. With the emergence of Bo Melton of late, I don't think we need to force Fox out there. What we do need to force is a stop by this defense, or even a turnover would be nice, as they have a bunch to the left-hand side. They go with a toss. We're in pursuit with Shaka Toney, who will catch him from behind. Will be maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Now the defense just needs one more stop here on 3rd and 8. D-line spreads out, assuming for the pass, of which it is. And they do go across the middle, and Carter is not going to get it. Nice stop there by Cashman. And one player we haven't seen a lot with the change to our offensive scheme has been the rookie running back in Hales. So let's get him out there for this drive, see what work he can do. I feel like the running back group itself is honestly really solid. I don't see a lot of work that we need to do, as I did want to get that as a pass out to Simi Fehoko on the screen. Waited too long. Now on 3rd and 10, we have more yards that we need before we can convert the down. And I'm thinking Campbell might be the guy. We'll see if Simi can get open, but they cover it really well, and O-line really didn't hold up long enough. Great coverage. Have to be another punt. Relying very heavily on our defense in this game, as Carter goes with a cutback. Monty Rice there waiting, stops it after a gain of 2. Now with a bunch to the right-hand side, let's bring the corner as well as they go with a toss to the outside. They had the advantage, but a great play there by Artie Burns will be a loss of 1. Now that has been something they've tried to get going quite often in this game, is that toss, and I wouldn't say it's working very well, as they go the halfback screen. Cashman trips and whiffs on getting the interception, but we get the stop. However, as I mentioned earlier, Jets going for it here, kicking from about, I would say 53, 54 yards away, so this would be about a 63-yarder. Did not have the accuracy, nor did it have the power. So that'll set us up with some nice field position here, as we'll start with the RPO. We've kind of gone away from that in this game. Let's try to get back to it, and can Huntley throw an accurate pass on these? I will say his player icon has been in the yellow, so the accuracy kind of goes out the window when that occurs. So we'll bring in Cone here. See if he can maybe find the edge. He definitely does not have the same speed as Huntley, but he will get the first down and then fumble. Luckily, our left tackle, I believe that is, fell on it. So not a great one play appearance there from Jack Cone there. Got the first down, which is great, but then fumbled it, nearly cost the possession. So some good, some bad as Hales gets to the outside here, lowers the shoulder on the safety. We'll pick up an extra couple out of it. And with that fresh set of downs, we'll flip the same formation, stay empty. Simi Fehoko maybe deep. They do have two guys there as we have a pass across the middle. Bo Melton was wide open. Huntley has been off the mark today. So on 2nd and 10, we'll bring out Matt Ryan for some play action. Can he deliver an accurate pass? Bo Melton will make it 4 straight games with a touchdown reception. Run even, because he had some on the jet sweeps, I believe. But a great pass there, finally an accurate pass. And we'll take a lead in this game. Our defense did their job buying the offense near 3/4 of time to finally take a lead in this one. Now, they'll just be tasked with holding that lead, as it will be a pass, a really nice pass, but really nice coverage there by Reed. Do have to give credit to Zach Wilson, though. When they have thrown the ball, which hasn't been, honestly, that often, he's been really accurate. As they start with an I formation here, down the middle they go with Carter, who will get about 7 or 8 out of it. That's also subsequently his total yardage on the day, as a audible comes in here for the Jets. They come out with, I think it was a bunch to the right, but then shift it to a 2 wide formation, and it works for him. Quick slant, first down. Now an I formation with 2 tight ends. They go right down the middle as Alexander checks in, has one of their, actually their only touchdown on the day, and he'll get him another first. Just about every time he's checked in, it's been good for him. Don't know why they've stuck with Carter so much in the later part of this game. Hall started the game off really well. Alexander has the touchdown, but Hall just continues to not get anywhere. Perhaps it's a similar problem to what we're having. I know some people turn off progressive fatigue, but it makes sense to keep it on because in real life, that's what happens. And we're seeing that, I feel, with the running backs here for the Jets, as Conklin will get a few on 2nd down, make it 3rd and 6. Now let's see if we can get the double A gap to hit home here. Try to end this drive close to where we ended their last one as they hand it off. Carter down the middle, won't get far, actually just back to the line. But instead of going for the field goal this time, they're going for it. Offense stays on the field. Trips to the right-hand side, 1 to the left. Will be a quick pass across the middle. Cashman makes the safe play, knocking it down. Only the 4th incompletion for Zach Wilson on the day could be costly, as they're down 4. Hand this one off Turbin. He'll get a solid gain, 7 or 8 himself. And I would say probably smart to go ahead and start chewing that clock. Stay out the same formation, go with a power stretch play here. Try to get the cutback, no, instead leveled at the line. So on 3rd and 4, let's set up the zig route there by Melton. The rest can go on some slants. And what pass was that, Matt Ryan? As that one's intercepted, Jets will start at the 40. Hall has his 2nd interception of the day. Matt threw that as if it was, I guess, kind of like just tossing it up to your tight end in the back of the end zone, but it was in the middle of the field, and it was a zig route, not a stretch play. Shakatoni almost gets back there for another. Carter, though, will get some positive yards on this play. And what was a great opportunity to run out clock now becomes a, can the defense hold once again? Empty set. Let's make an audible here, actually. I want to drop back in coverage rather than bring the blitz, which will cause the Jets to then make another audible, changing it back to what they originally had. Still want to go with the cover instead. Cross the middle, Davis gets the first down. A lot of audibles here as we almost jump off sides there. Luckily we get back onside. Dillard was the culprit. Monty Rice in pursuit. Zach Wilson's not getting very far, maybe a yard. I will say I do really like the speed and athleticism we have at the linebacker spot. Definitely could do better in man coverage, but really do like the speed. As that one will go out to Carter, get a few. And on 3rd and 5, they come out with a single back tight formation. Alexander checks in, but they don't Well, they don't hand it off to him. They pass for it, and instead it's still a first down. Had our guys sitting there, just weren't able to knock that one free. They'll stick with a similar formation, but go to shotgun, hand it off Alexander. Not going to have his best run, a gain of 2. But staying out in some tight looks, though. This time a 3-receiver set, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Will be another pass as they flood one side of the field. Crossed fumble, knocked out by Carter, who jumps on it and will then get dropped after he gets back up. But we keep points off the board, and that's what matters the most. A key play in this game. And once again, that gives Turbin the opportunity to be our closer. Just need to run out the clock here. A 14-10 win is still a win, even if it's not a pretty one. Now inside the 2-minute warning, they do walk down the safety. So let's make an oddball. We were going to go with the jet sweep as Fox does check back in. So it's also probably another good reason that we go back to Turbin down the middle. Gets close to the first, but a flag is in. And that will complicate things. Holding on Justin Ross really wasn't involved much in the play, but the ref still tosses it. So we'll flick it up here, get it out to Hales, who has some lead blocks, trying to find the right gap, and he chooses well. First down. Have the Jets now calling their timeouts as we do come out with a screen here. And we have some lead blockers, so we'll go ahead and toss it out there. Simi Fehoko stays on the inside, shoves off Sauce Gardner. We'll get a few. On 2nd and 6, Borghi checks in. Gonna go with another RPO here, see how we like it. Go ahead and hand this one off. Borghi will get the first down and a little bit more, close to the 45. Now no timeouts remain for the Jets. This game should be all but said and done. Hand this one off with a little bit of a trap down the middle. It was a read option trap, but it worked out fairly well. Just trying to slowly run down this clock. Maybe one more play. Try to set up a halfback screen here to Turbin. See how well he could do with this passing game. He really doesn't get involved in it much. Gets the catch. Not a whole lot after it, but that should just about do it for us. We'll go one more play here. Turbin is heavy breathing a little bit. We'll hand it off to him down the middle. Runs through to the defender. Wow. Stumbling around as we will get the victory against both the New York teams in back-to-back weeks. This one was not pretty, but the defense came to play and bought a lot of time for the offense. And speaking of the defense, only allowed about 200 yards on the day. They did get one takeaway we of course gave up to ourselves, but defense really coming in strong for us in this game. They are the players of the game. Now, I would like to finish this episode talking about the offensive line in the draft class. It's going to be a very, front page look, not going very much in depth, mainly just looking to see if there are balanced guys for both run block and pass block. Not even power versus agile, just straight up run and pass block, trying to find guys that are balanced, because we've had times in this series where it's been very much we could really just run the ball. We can't pass the ball because we can't hold up front long enough for us to pass the ball. So we could just find guys that are balanced. I think that'll work well for us. And there are guys available who can do that. Very early on out of Wisconsin, there is Gavin Boss, a top 5 projection. Now in the first round, we're most likely going with that quarterback we've talked about. So he's on the board, but more so just so I could show you him, but probably not going to be someone we go after. He does come in with A pass block and A to C run block, with impact block being B to a D and A to C awareness. Now guys who would actually be more likely for us to possibly draft, and we don't have all the information on these guys, so they're mostly going to be ranges. But Josh Key as a day 3 out of Tennessee has B to D pass block and run block with B awareness. That's solid. Down in day 3 if those end up being the Bs. Juan Rowe out of Kansas, again, has the B to D with A to C awareness. Again, another day 3 projection. And the last at left tackle, Sidney McIntosh, a potential undrafted out of Miami, has B run block, B impact block, and B awareness with B to D pass block. That could be really solid. At left guard, really only one person of interest, but could be really good and a great value pick. Justin Atkinson as an agile guy out of Bama who has B awareness, A to B impact block, and then B pass block and run block. Again, with us going with quarterback in round 1, he could be a solid guy to pick up. Now, where this class has a lot of options is at center. Starting off with Robbie Coyle around 1, has the B to D pass with B run block, A to C impact, and B to D awareness. Cooper Sidney out of Ohio State around 1 to 2 has A run block, B pass block, A to C impact, and B to D awareness. Nathan Peterson out of Oklahoma around 2 to 3 has A, C, B, and then A to C. A lot of A's, a lot of B's, some C possibilities, but these are very consistent throughout. And we have guys from the first round all the way down to 3 and 4 with George Sanchez and Bobby Murphy. Sanchez having A to C awareness, A impact, and then B pass block and run block. Bobby Murphy out of Oklahoma State. Actually, both of them are out of Oklahoma State. That is interesting. But Murphy has A to C awareness, A impact, B run, or B pass, and then A run. So really, you could wait all the way till the 3rd or 4th round and possibly find a starting caliber center. At right guard, there is a round 1 to 2 out of Florida State in Tracy Barton. Has B awareness, A to B impact, and then B for pass block and run block. And then all the way as a potential undrafted, Ricardo Hunter out of Ohio State. Has B to D awareness, A to C impact, B to D pass block, and B run block. And for our last O-lineman, Chris Allen out of Notre Dame, a round 1 projection with A to B awareness, A impact, B pass block, B to C run. So a lot of these guys, they still have that range. So they could end up being really good. They could end up being pretty bad. We'll see. We'll probably pick a few different guys and see if we will want them to be one of the focus guys when we get to the offseason, which is only 2 games away. 3 episodes away will be the offseason, as we will have a possible revenge game against the Philadelphia Eagles, who are atop of our division after beating the Cowboys a few weeks ago. They're 10-5. We're 7-8. I did say earlier, neither one of the teams from today's episode were going to finish above 500. We have a chance. If we win this game, we have a chance. If we lose, no. But there is a very, very slight chance we'll finish off the season against some birds. Eagles in next episode, Falcons in week 18. We almost beat the Eagles earlier this year, lost with, 15 some odd seconds left? We'll see if we could get our revenge, and you could see by making sure you subscribe. You could hit my bear icon on the bottom right or scroll down. And if you are scrolling down, or even if you're not, make sure you guys are also hitting that bell notifications. That way you're notified when these videos go live. This series posted every Monday and Thursday. We have the state-only challenge, like I said earlier, currently the northeastern states. That is posted every Wednesday and Saturday. We also have my player career, the Noob to Pro, over on FIFA 23. That is posted every Tuesday and Friday. So 6 videos every week. That's a lot of stuff coming your way, so make sure you stick around. And until next time, see you guys later. Bye.